Welcome into this week's mirror message. I'm Patty. I'm an intuitive, a psychic healer, and a reader, and I'm here to read you a message for your twin flame journey that's in separation or challenge. I am a twin flame myself, so I'm very familiar with this journey, and it's part of my mission work to be here to do this and help you through it. We are stronger together, and if we stick together, we'll keep going in the best directions possible. All right, so make sure that you are always in any collective reading using your intuition to tap in and make sure any message that you take into yourself is actually for you. If it doesn't fit your story, leave it, okay? So let's go ahead and start. If you haven't been in a mirror message before, it's kind of the he said, she I can't say it. He said, she said spread between divine masculine and divine feminine. So we look at head space, heart space, and a 3D world for both parties. We start out with divine masculine and we end up with divine feminine. And that's our reading. Okay. Welcome back to my subscribers. You know I love you. I'm always so excited to see you. I love it when you comment and talk. And welcome to new people. I'm just not ready to pull yet. Welcome to new people hitting the channel. If you like the vibe here, please subscribe and be part of the family. We have a beautiful twin flame community here. I also do standard readings as well. We do pick a cards and love readings that are inclusive to everyone. We are not an exclusive channel that way. But I do have a special heart and place for twin flames. All right, let's go ahead and start the reading. This is a brand new deck. This is the Thelema Tarot. You know, I had it before, but I had a smaller version of it. I wanted a larger version that's a little bit easier to see. So, first time I'm using it. So the first thing we're pulling is the headspace for divine masculine, and for that we got the Emperor. No big shock there. The Emperor is kind of my divine masculine card. That's meaning that his headspace is getting better. He's getting control of his thoughts, and that's what we want to see. Okay, so what is in the heart space for divine masculine? What is in the heart space for divine masculine? We'll get them all out, and then we'll clarify them, then we'll read them. Okay. What's in the heart space for divine masculine right now? What's he feeling? No. There it is. We've got the Five of Cups. Okay. And what is in the 3D world right now going on for divine masculine? What's going on in divine masculine's 3D world? We've got the Knight of Wands. Okay. Good energy. Let's look at divine feminine. What is in her headspace right now? And the pronouns, disregard the pronouns if they don't fit your story, right? You could have masculine pronouns or non-binary pronouns and be a divine feminine, and vice versa for divine masculine. It's energy, it's not body parts. Okay, so we got Two of Cups for divine feminine's headspace. Divine feminine's heart space, let's look at that. Divine feminine's heart space. Divine feminine's heart space. Three of Wands. And divine feminine's 3D world. What's going on there? Four of Swords. Nice. Good energy. Okay. Bottom of the deck on the first deck is always divine masculine's overall energy, and for that we have the Ace of Pentacles. And then we're going to clarify with the Light Seers Tarot. Make sure I've got that up right. Clarify the Emperor in divine masculine's headspace. Clarify the Emperor for divine masculine's headspace. Clarify the Emperor for divine masculine's headspace. Clarify the Emperor for divine masculine's headspace. And that's the Three of Cups is clarifying the Emperor. Add one more to clarify that. One more. Oh, and then we've got the Two of Swords. Okay. And then clarify the Five of Cups in Divine Masculine's heart space. What is this sadness? Clarify this Five of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, Divine Feminine. Clarify again the Five of Cups. Clarify again a Five of Cups. Give us the full story on the heart space. The Devil. Okay. Clarify the Knight of Wands in the Divine Masculine's 3D world. Clarify the Knight of Wands in Divine Masculine's 3D world. What is this action that he is taking or is being taken? We got the Nine of Cups. Okay. And clarify again the Knight of Wands in Divine Masculine's 3D world. Clarify again the Knight of Wands in Divine Masculine's 3D world. What is it? Feeling more cups. Let's see what we get. Hierophant. Okay. Got a major arcana. That's nice. All right. Clarify Divine Feminine's headspace with this Two of Cups. Clarify Divine Feminine's headspace. Page of Wands. Okay. Clarify the Two of Cups again. We've got the Five of Wands. And we also got the Knight of Wands, and I'm going to go ahead and keep that. That was upright too. Okay. Clarify the Three of Wands for Divine Feminine's heart space. Clarify the Three of Wands. We've got the Page of Cups. Clarify the Three of Wands in Divine Feminine's heart space. Clarify the Three of Wands in Divine Feminine's heart space. Whoa. I'll get the Four of Wands. Clarify the Four of Swords in Divine Feminine's 3D reality. What's going on in Divine Feminine's 3D world? Four of Cups. Excuse me, Four of Swords. Six of Cups and the Emperor. Okay, and then the bottom of the deck energy here is Divine Feminine's overall energy. That is the Ace of Spirals, or the Ace of Wands. Swords, excuse me, Ace of Swords. Sorry, I'm on the wrong deck where Spirals is Wands. That is another deck by the same author. Okay. I'm going to start with the overall energy for Divine Masculine with this Ace of Pentacles. Strength. The Moon. Judgment. The Devil again. The Divine Masculine's got the Devil twice, the stars under that. So overall energy for Divine Masculine, I mean, there's this desire to have a new beginning, a solid new beginning, but it is taking a lot of strength on the Divine Masculine's part. He's not letting on that he wants a new beginning, not to anyone in his life, I don't think. But there is healing happening here. There is forgiveness happening here. And it has to do with some toxicity in the Divine Masculine's life. We've got it in the heart space as well. So there has been some kind of toxicity, something pervasive in the Divine Masculine's life that's been a real challenge to get over. But I do feel like through strength, he is finding the strength to forgive himself for some toxicity. You know, what we forget, you know, when someone hurts us, Divine Feminines, I'm going to speak directly to you. That's really generally who's on my channel, although we do have different people. We do have Divine Masculines that come on occasionally as well. I'm going to really speak to Divine Feminines on this, though. When we have someone in our life with a toxic habit that hurts us with that toxic habit, with their own toxicity, sometimes we're so injured that we forget that they're injuring themselves as well. And when we have a good person with a toxic habit, they tend to beat themselves up because of that, especially if it's something very hard to get over. Let's say it's a drug addiction or an alcohol addiction, a sex addiction, Could be food, maybe they're making themselves sick some way. It's whatever you're doing that's a toxic habit that is extremely hard to break. People in this energy, they know they're in that energy generally, and they hate themselves for it. I mean, it's a real thing to be down on yourself because you're not strong enough. You're not strong enough to break a toxic cycle. That could be a karmic cycle. It could be a karmic that they're with, that they're just not getting away from, and that could be romantic or otherwise. Family member, job, whatever. I don't know what it is for your situation. But we have the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine in the Strength card here. And we see the Divine Feminine is wearing this garland, kind of flowers and leaves. And she's letting it trail over the Divine Masculine here. It's like she's lending him her strength. And he's allowing this. And so there's a feeling of the Divine Masculines here. Energetically, they are gaining strength from the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine, even if you are not consciously sending strength, the Divine Masculine, seeing you in your good energies, seeing you evolve and change and grow, that lends them strength because they know that you're in some way, even if they're not ready to admit it yet, they know that your souls fit together. Your souls are made of the same stuff, and if you can do it, they can do it. And so there's this feeling of gaining strength from the Divine Feminine. And with judgment here, a lot of times we look at this as making a judgment call, but really judgment, if you look at the Christian version of it, which a lot of the cards show, a resurrection kind of thing, a judgment day where people are kind of being resurrected from death. And that is really not about making a judgment call. That's really about forgiveness. And so if you look, and I'm not saying you have to be Christian. I don't identify as Christian any longer, though I grew up in that faith. And I still hold a lot of those values. I no longer, for personal reasons, identify that way, but I understand a lot of it. And I respect anyone's religion or belief system. And having been in that one, I understand the forgiveness that goes with judgment. So on Judgment Day, people are forgiven and they ascend, basically. And so I feel like there's been this toxic cycle, toxicity happening with the Divine Masculine. And it's been really, really challenging. He's been really hard on self. He's been really hard on judging himself, okay? But there's this angel, this beautiful angel coming in with this forgiveness. And I feel like through strength that he's coming to the place where he can forgive his own frailties, his own misdeeds and misjudgments and, actions that now he's seeing as not the best, that didn't put him on a good path. There's a philosophy that there's no right or wrong action. It's just an action you take and that leads you in a new direction in your life and you learn from that. And, some of us look at it that way. Some of us say right or wrong actions when something puts you on a better path faster. They say it's a right action when it puts you in another karmic cycle or, in another phase of learning. They say it's a bad action. But literally everything we do is no take backs, right? There are no take backs in life. What you do, you do. And you have the opportunity then to move forward, to take the lesson and to leave the action in the past, make amends where you need to make amends and be better for it. Or you have the option to drag it around like a rock chained around your neck and beat yourself up with that rock. So I see here the Divine Masculine learning that he doesn't have to beat himself up with that rock. He doesn't have to chain it around his neck. I see forgiveness happening, and it's coming from within, and it's divinely guided forgiveness, which is really good. That's a really good energy. And I feel like through, even though with the moon here, he's not telling anyone about this. He's not showing it. It's not outward. This is all within. And so this new beginning that the divine masculine wants, this you can't have a do-over. There are no do-overs. There are no take-backs. We're not 5. We're adults. And all we can do is take the lessons and move forward and cut away that extra weight that we don't need to carry around with us and come into our new beginning. It's not a do-over. It's a new beginning with lightness and clarity and wisdom. And I see that as possible here for the divine masculine now because of the cycles he's been through and because of the wisdom that he's gaining, the strength he's gaining. And the love and kindness with which he is treating himself now rather than beating himself up with devil energy. The angel and the devil, I mean, what a classic archetype, right? There's been this fight. And I really believe that we've got the judgment on top of the devil. I think that the devil here is just clarifying what we need forgiveness for. And I think that the angel here, this forgiveness, is what's winning out. It came out on top. I really believe that. And the star is about healing. It's about karma coming around and for all. And, you know, karma is not about like being beaten up for your bad deeds. Karma is about all of your good stuff and all of your bad stuff balancing out. And it's not about punishment. It's about universal balance. So if you put more good in the world than bad, it starts to come around on the good side. And then under that, even if we dig just a little deeper, we've got the 9 of Cups, which is all about self-love. This card is all about self-love to me. This is about having it all in self-love. There's one person in this card, and all of these cups are being filled up with beautiful things. And it's this person in the 3D, which I see as the masculine in their feminine energy, in a receptive energy. When, you know, masculine energy tends to be giving, doing. Feminine energy tends to be receiving. It's more passive. And so here's the masculine in the feminine energy, learning to be in receptive energy, receiving good, receiving kindness, receiving love from self, from the universe, and from others. Really nice energy. I feel like the masculine is getting some heavy lessons about not beating yourself up so much and being in that receptive energy to receive beautiful gifts as well as criticisms. And then we have, even yet under there, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. And this is divine feminine for me here. This is wife material. This is grounded, stable. This is your foundation person that you can build a life with. And, you know, we also see the devil in this stack. We had the devil and the Queen of Pentacles. We also have that here in the heart space. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Headspace for divine masculine, the Emperor. The Emperor is in control of himself. Sometimes, like if you get the Emperor reversed, that can be a controlling person. That can be very my way or the highway. But when we have him in the upright, I really feel like it's a more in control of self energy. Like I'm mastering my own emotions. I'm mastering my passion. I'm mastering my stability. I'm mastering my headspace and putting those all together in a cohesive way to where I'm really stable. The Emperor is that embodiment of all 4 kings, and when we have that, we have balance. 4 is balance, right? When we look at like the 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands is about stability. It's about balance. You know, it's a very stable figure when you have 4 sides or 4 legs or something like that. It's stability. And so the Emperor has those 4 pillars, those 4 kings feeding into him. So what I'm seeing really is the divine masculine finally getting into a really stable headspace. It's really nice. Clarified by the Three of Cups and the Two of Swords. Now that he's in a stable headspace, what's he going to do with the third party situation? Now, for some of you, the third party situation is a romantic partner. For some of you, it's a job. For some of you, it's a mindset. It's whatever has kept you split away from your divine counterpart. For divine feminines, it's whatever has been keeping you split away from your divine masculine is the third party situation. Two of Swords here. Now, in your typical Two of Swords, you see the two swords crossed and the blindfold on and unable to make a decision, feeling like you don't have enough information to make a decision. So you just stay at a cross swords. You don't make a decision. But with this particular Two of Swords, this is almost like an after tarot card for me. This is a character who we have mental clarity. Instead of swords, we have birds here, and birds are pieces of mental clarity. So through your divine masculine coming into this emperor headspace and getting mental clarity, these birds, these pieces of information are pulling away the ties that bind. There are no swords here, and this blindfold, I think these are threads of the blindfold, so slowly the blindfold is coming off through gaining clarity and gaining wisdom in this third party situation. So slowly but surely, as your masculine has come into this emperor energy, the blindfold is being pulled away piece by piece by piece by all these different pieces of information that he's clear on, that he understands about this third party situation, be it a person, a job, a family member, whatever it is that has kept you apart. The binds that have kept you apart are unraveling, and he's starting to see truth, starting to have clarity about the third party situation because of all the work he's done. You can't, once you get into an emperor or empress energy, it's very hard to hide anything from you. Very hard. When we look at the Five of Cups here in divine masculine's heart space, there's just a sadness here. So many cups have overturned. You know, we have the Five Cups surrounding this figure. Three of the cups that are in front of this figure are overturned and empty. But there are two cups on either side that are still upright and available. But in the heart space right now, there's a real, I think in gaining the clarity in the head space, the heart space reacts, right? Because when we start to be clear in our head about something that's been hazy, the something that you've been kept kind of in the dark about, your heart reacts to the clarity in your head. And so there's this feeling of, I didn't really understand the situation before. My perception was so off. My perception was so off. I've been blindfolded to this situation that's kept me away from my divine feminine. I'm really starting to understand and feel remorse, true remorse. There's contrition here. There is this feeling of, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? And being that that's the lead card here, I feel like divine masculine isn't quite ready to look up and see those available cups, that the situation isn't lost. Right now, there's this feeling of regret and remorse. There's this feeling of sadness about not having seen the truth for however long it was, whether it's months or years. And then we have here, clarifying that Five of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles and the Devil. Again, the Queen of Pentacles is divine feminine, and the Devil is this toxic energy that the divine masculine has been stewing in for so long. As soon as I said that, I got two notifications on my phone that blipped. Which is a kind of a confirmation for me. whatever this toxic energy that the divine masculine has been in is clearing. But it's lent itself to this sadness in the heart space now, because it caused the divisiveness that kept the two apart. I'm going to do something that I don't usually do. I just feel called to do something. Hold on. I've never done this in a mirror message before, but I think it's time. I'm going to use my Oracle deck. And I'm going to get 3 cards. And I'm going to talk about 3 situations real quick of toxicity. There's burned. That are for different people. So, for different people watching this video, here's coming clean, and then we're going to have one more. I want to understand what this devil energy is for different people in the collective. Burned, coming clean is number 2. You'll have to decide what is for you, which one, because they're all going to be different. And then restriction. So in the first one here, toxicity surrounding being burned. So this is a past energy. This is toxicity surrounding having been hurt in the past, having been damaged, reduced to ashes, having something within the divine masculine was destroyed at maybe an early age. And that turned into toxic energy in future relationships, including with the divine feminine. And it caused a wedge between them, that fear of being hurt. You know, and this one doesn't surprise me in the slightest bit, because when we have a divine masculine, divine feminine dynamic, we're in a twin flame, connection, it gets really intense really fast. We feel the intensity with our twin really fast. And the divine masculine rabbits, they leave because of the intensity. One of the reasons for some of them is definitely fear of pain. Fear that the divine feminine is going to burn me, so I need to leave before I get burned again. It's that fear of pain. It's that having been hurt by someone or multiple people in the past, and that tarring the divine feminine with the same brush as people in the past. And that could be parents, it could be caregivers, it could be past relationships, whatever it was, something that hurt the divine masculine to their core. That's one of the toxic energies that we're dealing with. Coming clean is the second one. This is about the ability to tell the truth. Some people really, I feel like there's more than one card here. There is! Holy crap. Okay, sorry. I've never had that happen. It's just this one. Coming clean and barrier was stuck behind that, which makes a lot of sense to me. Block, obstacle, something in the way. Some people, when they have such horrible consequences to telling the truth at a young age, or at any age really, when there are really, really profound consequences, painful consequences to telling the truth, they learn to lie to avoid pain. Now, avoidance of pain is one of the big reasons, fear of pain is one of the big reasons we do all kinds of things in our lives that we have to learn not to do. Divine feminines are no exception, but we're just talking about divine masculine in this situation. But the second thing here is this fear of telling the truth about who we are and what we care about and what's important to us. And that can translate into real big lies like, what are things that society judges masculines on? Your job. What's your job? How much money you have? Your status in the world, what kind of car you have, what kind of house you have, what you're able to provide. A lot of those things are things that we judge masculines on in the society. And so those are big things that masculines that have this avoidant personality are going to tend to lie about. And so they may have lied to divine feminine about some of these things and are so afraid to come clean, and that keeps them apart. It's a barrier. It keeps them apart. Coming clean, the truth about who you are. You know, and truth can be all kinds of different things. It can be truth about your sexuality. It can be truth about any preference in life. It can be truth about, you know, a lot of masculines are taught not to cry and to have a lot of bravado and to not show emotion. Maybe this masculine is very emotional and very sensitive and is afraid to show that because they've been judged so harshly in the past. So there's something for this second energy here about coming clean that is a barrier between divine masculine and divine feminine. For divine masculine, it keeps them apart. I'm doing these so divine feminines can understand more what this toxicity could be. Okay? It's not always a drug addiction. It's not always an alcohol addiction or whatever. It can be all kinds of different things. The third thing is just restriction. This is the need to block out what we fear. So this divine masculine, this third divine masculine, actually has blocked the divine feminine in some way. Maybe on phone, maybe on social media. Maybe they moved and didn't tell them where they went. They found some way to block the divine feminine, and down the road, you know, they may have just gotten more and more inflexible about that. This card says specifically block, glitch, limitation, inflexible, tunnel vision. Sometimes when, you know, masculines need to be right because society teaches them that you need to be right to be of value. And so that's the classic masculine that can't ask for directions when they're on a road trip because I need to be right. Tunnel vision, right? When, you know, I make a decision and I must stand by my decision till the absolute death of me because I can't be made to look wrong, because that's vulnerability and I'm afraid of that vulnerability because society has taught me that if I'm vulnerable that way, I'm worthless. So here's another toxicity that we're looking at for divine masculines in this situation that's kept them apart from the divine feminine. They blocked the divine feminine, they restricted access to them, and then they felt like they had to keep it no matter what, no matter how they felt, no matter what happened. I can't change my mind. I made a decision. I must stick with it unto death. So these are three types of toxicity that we're dealing with in the twin flame connection. And that's on top of some that have alcohol addiction, some that have drug addiction, some that have sex addictions, some that have codependent addictions, all the different food addictions, whatever addictions you can have, right? Smoking addiction. Okay, I'm going to go on. I know that was unexpected, but I felt like it was important to talk about this devil energy being that it came up twice. But the sadness here in the heart space for divine masculine has to do with this devil energy, which is what we're just talking about, whatever it is for your divine masculine, keeping them from their Queen of Pentacles, which is their life partner, which is their foundation and their stability. The divine feminine is the divine masculine's absolute rock. And the divine masculine is the divine feminine's absolute rock. It's designed that way. But we have to get through these challenges to get to that point where we can be that for each other. And that's this journey. Some of us do. Some of us don't. And, you know, if we don't, we'll try again another lifetime. You know, it's an arduous, challenging, grueling journey to get through this. It's not glamorous. It's not fun. If we choose to persevere individually along our path, which is the only way we can persevere in this journey, you can't do it with your partner, you have to do it alone. We come out the other end incredibly better for it. We grow in beautiful ways. We ascend in beautiful ways. And whether or not we come into union with our partner, we are at the end of it so much better for the journey. Maybe we both put in the work and we come to union or come to an agreement of peace. Maybe one of us does that and the other one doesn't get it in this lifetime. I don't want to sit here and tell you that everyone comes into union. I will sit here and tell you that everyone has the opportunity to do so, should they put in the work. But you can't put in the work for another person. This person, whether you are the divine masculine or divine feminine, your counterpart is not your only opportunity for happiness in this lifetime. Your divine counterpart is not your only opportunity for happiness in this lifetime. They are a great opportunity that comes with backbreaking work. And the reward at the end is beautiful. If you don't choose to continue it, you can still have rewards in your life. You can still have love and happiness in your life. You can find a soulmate. You can stay on your own and find happiness on your own, however you choose to do it. There's not only one path here, guys. But for those of you who are sticking out this path, I'm here for you, and let's keep talking. Okay. What's happening in Divine Masculine's 3D world? Knight of Wands, there is action. Divine Masculine is taking some action. What's he taking action about? It's not Divine Feminine right now. Let's just get that on the table right now. He's not taking action toward Divine Feminine right now, not this Divine Masculine. What he's taking action toward is self-love and connection with spirit. So the Hierophant, this Hierophant card for me is all about connecting with spirit and feeling the joy of the universe and feeling the joy of connectedness with all things, including the Divine Feminine, because the Divine Feminine is, of course, included in all things. There's a Divine Masculine here that is starting to understand that there's more to life than the 3D. They're understanding their connection to spirit, and that is triggering them into this beautiful place of self-love where they are filling up all 9 of their cups with love all on their own, and it's a beautiful light feeling. If you guys have been in this place where you start to really fill up your own cups with self-love, you'll understand the lightness of being that comes with that. Because then you understand finally that your happiness does not come from another person. It doesn't come from a job, an amount of money, a situation. It doesn't come from a piece of stability that's tangible. It comes from the love that comes from within that is filtered through spirit. It comes from yourself. Your own happiness comes from yourself first. 9 of the 10 cups possible are all from you. That's all you, babe. All you, babe. It's no one else. No one else filled a single one of those cups up. That's you. But now there's that 10th cup, which is the Ace of Cups. And that's that offer to another person for a beginning in love, a new beginning in love. And that 10th cup can be filled by another person. But you've got to fill the first 9 up yourself. And here Divine Masculine is taking action toward self-love, understanding of their place in the universe, in the world, amongst others, and their connection to the universe and others. If any step should make you happy that your Divine Masculine takes, it should be this one, because this is the step that allows any future steps. Because if you miss this one, you can't have the other ones. You have to have self-love before you can have love with real successful love with another person, or you're just going to go through cycle after cycle after cycle where it's going to fail. So this is foundational, and this is good news and good energy for this Divine Masculine or group of Divine Masculines where we're resonating for them. Okay, let's look at Divine Feminine's headspace. 2 of Cups, choice and love. Page of Wands, excitement about taking action. Knight of Wands here, again, more action. But then there's the 5 of Wands. Fighting in her own headspace about which action she's going to take. Divine Feminine. There's nothing wrong with that. Because we all have to introspect and figure out what choice in love is going to be good for us. So Divine Feminine wants a soulmate. This is a soulmate card. Divine Feminine really would like soulmate energy in her life. She would like that person to adventure with, to play with. The dolphins are playful. Divine Feminine wants to play. And if you look up any video, Abraham Hicks video that talks about manifestation, and I really suggest this, go onto YouTube and just type in Abraham Hicks. Look for the ones that look for cartoons. They're fantastic. I know that that sounds silly, but they're really well done. It's a great fun way to absorb some manifestation techniques and information and understanding about that. But playing with the world is really kind of what we're here for. We're here to have fun. We're here to explore. We're adventurers in this world. And there's all kinds of little things we have to do in order to do the adventure. Think of Indiana Jones. You know, he was all about adventuring, going and finding treasures to share with the world, right? He wasn't selfish. He wanted to go out there and find treasures to share with the world. But he had to go through snakes and bugs. I didn't know there'd be bugs, you know? There's stuff that you go through in order to get to the play. So, or along the way with it, you know, light and dark, good and bad. There's balance. There's always going to be a balance. It's not always going to be all fun. But Divine Feminine is looking for the fun in her life. She's looking to make a choice in love that is playful, that is adventurous, that is fun, that is lighthearted and happy, so she can play with life the way that we're supposed to play with life. The Page of Wands is an excitement. That's that beginner mind. I'm excited to do this. I'm excited to jump into something new. I'm excited to have a soulmate in my life that I can do this with. I'm excited about it. I'm happy about it. Knight of Wands, I want to take action. I'm ready. Look at this person playing this drum. She's got the drum between her knees. She's completely uninhibited. Her hair is flying. She's grooving to the beat. There's this horse in the background raring to go. There are the 4 wands around her, which is very twin flame to me. It's that twin flame confirmation for me, but it's also about being able to go and have the fun because you have the stability. You can feel really good about going out in the world and having all the fun if you've done the work to be stable first, so you know that you have a soft place to land afterward. And so that's kind of what I'm getting from that. But we also see here the 5 of Wands, which is conflict. And this 5 of Wands is about conflict with self for me. It feels like 5 versions of self. And so here's this Divine Feminine, ready to jump into love, excited about it, beginner mind, ready to take action, but, and there's a but in Divine Feminine's mind here. Which choice? Do I hang out for Divine Masculine because they're the ones I want to have fun with the most, but they're not available to me, and waiting energy isn't healthy. So there's conflict there for Divine Feminine. Do I go with this soulmate over here because this one seems to have their ish together, but maybe there's something else that's a little lacking for me? Or do I look at this person over here? They have this together and I really like this about them, but there's something kind of lacking. And so there's this feeling of like conflict about every possible choice. It's like nothing is quite right. Nothing is quite right to jump into this. Like there's excitement. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Where's my partner? Maybe she's going to do it on her own for a little while, and that could very well be. But this is a feeling very much the 2 of Cups of wanting the partner. Wanting someone to share the experience with. You can go and have all the experiences you want and enjoy them within self, but when you have someone to share that experience with shared memories and shared energy, it's a different level, right? It's a different thing, and there's this desire for it here, but the partner isn't here. I'm telling you, there's conflict about who the partner is going to be. Okay? In Divine Feminine's heart space, Three of Wands, waiting for a ship to come in. Waiting on the shore in her pretty cloak, 3 wands around her. I'm holding on to that 1 wand, which is that Ace of Wands. that the Page of Wands is carrying here, that the Knight of Wands has her hand on here. But kind of the heart is in waiting energy for what's right, because what's right hasn't come up for this Divine Feminine yet. In her heart space. The Page of Cups here, I mean, there's this desire to start new love. And it could be, it very well could be that this Divine Feminine in the past had sworn it off, like, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm tired of it, I don't want to deal with people's BS anymore. But this particular Page of Cups, when this comes up, I want you to look in the corner, the upper corner of this card. Look at the little pig with the wings, when pigs fly. Well, Divine Feminine has reevaluated, and she wants that partner now. She's no longer in that when pigs fly energy. She's actually in the energy of, yeah, I want it now. I'm not going to fool myself into thinking that I want to go through my life on my own. I'm not going to fool myself in that anymore. The Four of Wands is about wanting to celebrate union, wanting to celebrate a stable union with someone. There's this desire, but the partner isn't there. So there's this feeling of waiting for the ship to come in, waiting for this partner to kind of come on the scene. I don't think the partner has come on the scene yet. And it could be that it's going to be Divine Masculine, because, man, he's doing the work over here. And he's feeling the feels. He's getting in control. The blinders are coming off. There's good things happening over here. He's not there yet. He's not ready to come forward yet. But he's taking the steps in the right order. Divine Feminine's 3D world. Four of Swords. Well, she's resting. She's chilling out. What is affecting that? She's in a resting, recuperating energy from the Emperor in the Six of Cups. Divine Masculine, Divine Masculine. She is in an energy of resting and recuperating from the connection. It's been a bitch. Sorry, excuse me. But it has, and you know it. It's been a really, really hard road in this twin flame connection. And I'm telling you, if you have not had a hard road in your twin flame connection where you just have been at your wit's end and back 10 times, you might be either at the very beginning of your twin flame connection or you're not in one. Because this is not the easy connection that you feel just with a soulmate, where you just slip into each other and you feel comfortable and at home and you feel kind of really at ease. This one feels like sandpaper against sandpaper. And it's the person that you're attracted to most. So it's like sandpaper with magnets in it. You're going to brush up against each other until you're raw. You know, it's really, really challenging. But it serves a purpose, though. It awakens both partners to places that they need to heal and places that they need to grow and understand themselves better. It's the express train to ascension. It's just the hardest path you can take. But it's the fastest way to grow and ascend. We get into a soulmate contract, we rub along on our own, we can still take great strides and do great things, but it is not the express train like this is. If you can tough it out. And no matter what, as long as you stick on the journey, you're going to learn things and you're going to grow. You are. The extent to which you do that depends on the extent to which you can tough it out. Overall energy for Divine Feminine over here is the Ace of Swords. It's a lot of clarity. It's a lot of clarity. It's a lot of truth. It's being understood by the Divine Feminine. She understands what it takes now to build a real solid foundation, and she understands that she can actually start building that foundation on her own. But look here how we have the partners working on this tapestry. We have 3 people working on the tapestry. We've got, what looks like a mother figure, a father figure, and a child figure. And to me, I never get over, it's not the right configuration, but it's the colors and style of a stop sign. So it's almost like I have clarity that I can't allow the partnership to stop me from progressing. However, I understand that having a partnership will help the progression. So you don't have to be at a standstill if your partner isn't here. You don't have to be at a standstill. Keep going, keep pushing on, keep laying foundations for yourself. And when your partner comes in, they'll help you and you'll progress even faster, whoever that ends up being. The death and rebirth card here, there's been incredible transformation for this divine feminine in understanding herself, her place in the world, her place among all things. Like divine masculine is over here understanding. And the Ten of Cups, understanding where this kind of relationship really lies, and that you don't have to just hang out and stay stagnant waiting for your partner to build foundation or to start to build your own Ten of Cups. You can start that on your own by doing your Nine of Cups here, by filling 9 of those cups. And then when you get that Ace of Cups from someone, you have that really beautiful energy to build on. And then under here, the Three of Wands again, this waiting energy, this waiting for the ship to come in energy, waiting for that partner. But I feel like there's real clarity around, what you want in a partner, that you want someone that will help you build, someone that is going to have similar goals and aspirations, someone that's going to work with you beautifully. You don't want someone that you're at cross purposes with. That's a really important piece of getting to the Ten of Cups, is having similar goals, wanting similar things, whatever those things are. And this transformation, coming from that place where we start in the twin flame journey, where we feel like we need our person in order to move an inch, where we feel like we need their love for validation, when we feel like they have to fill up 9 of our cups and we just fill up the 1. It's very opposite. There's been a lot of transformation here. And the Tower reversed coming in. I don't know, it just gives me the feeling that Divine Feminine has been through enough Tower moments now. I just don't feel like she needs any more. The Judgment, it's like you have this forgiveness for self, just like Masculine is understanding forgiveness for self with that Judgment card. You've set yourself free. You've forgiven yourself for your past mistakes, missteps, whatever they are. You have set yourself free, Divine Feminine, from judgment. You're not judging yourself anymore. You have forgiven self. And Ace of Cups, that's allowing you the new beginning. But overall, we have this clarity. And which is interesting, because on Divine, there's much mirroring energy here, because on Divine Masculine's part, the overall energy was the Ace of Pentacles, this desire for a new beginning. And over here, it's the Ace of Swords. It's this clarity for a new beginning, the clarity about beginnings. There's a lot of understanding of self. There's a lot of mirroring energy on both sides here. We're learning different lessons. Like, we're on the same path, but Divine Feminine's up here and Divine Masculine's here. But I feel like Divine Masculine is just slowly closing the distance, because Divine Feminine's, coming toward the end of a certain part of her path. And I feel like Divine Masculine is closing in through self-work. 8 of Pentacles. And Divine Feminine has done a lot of work. Divine Feminine has been willing all along to invest, and she's done the investing. And she's still working hard. And she understands when you need to take a break from the hard work too, because look at this person with all of this work around them. They've got writing implements over here. They've got cooking implements over there, all the things of life, and all the pentacles up in the air. But here she is in a chair, taking a little break with her candle, looking into her candle, connecting with spirit. Candles are about connecting with spirit for me. And Divine Feminine has learned when you pour on the gas and when you do self-care and take a break. And then you pour on the gas again, and then you take a break again, and you take care of self. But Divine Feminine is not stopping anymore. There's constant progression at a healthy pace, is what I'm trying to say. The Ten of Cups over here for Divine Masculine. Just for a second overall energy pull is what I'm getting. There's this desire for happiness and love. There's this desire. And the Page of Cups under that, you know, an apology to get there. All right, my loves, this has been your mirror message. I hope this has helped you. This is a little different energy than we've been reading, and I'm really liking it. I feel like it's a little switch up in energy, whether the collective has switched up or it's a different collective. But I feel like it's been a great read. Remember to use your own intuition to tell yourself what's for you, okay? That's really important whenever you're watching a collective reading. Please hit the like if you like the vibe of the reading. I genuinely appreciate that. And subscribe if you're new. I would love to have you around the channel. I will see you all next time.